Hello, 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 hello. Hopefully everyone can hear me and see me. Let me check that levels are doing the things that levels should be doing. It looks good. Let me just adjust the audio a little bit on my end. But hello, Chef, you want me to say something nice about you? You're the let me think. Do I say something genuinely nice, or do I take the mickey out of it? This is the thing, isn't it? You're the fastest go-kart, golf buggy driver I know. There you go. Andrew, hello mate. All the levels, yeah, check all the levels. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully you can hear a little bit of music in the background. If the music's too loud, let me know. If it's not loud enough, let me know. He drives a noddy car. He does drive a few noddy cars, but you know, who else we got? We've got Lee, Nerdy Geezer, Retro Chef's in, Retro Bates in, hello mate. Andrew's in, hello. Over on Twitch, I've got someone advertising because that's all what happens on Twitch. He's someone trying to get me to click a spurious link. I'll pass, thank you. Yeah, welcome to what's been a long time. So I haven't picked up a paintbrush actually I haven't looked when the last time I did a painting stream, but it was some time ago when I last did a painting stream. So let's crack on. Now, actually you can pick tonight if you want. So I have 4 miniatures on the table. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. I have this young lady who's delivering big steins of beer. This is all for the game Moonstone. So I have this lady here. I could paint her. I have this flamboyant old man. I don't know if he's an old man, but he looks like I mean, he's got ginger hair, but he's got this big old sword and very puffy shouldered clothes on. Very dapper young man, old man. That's the other one. Or I've got this mushroom eating goblin. He's literally got a giant mushroom growing out of his back and other things. So we've got this guy to paint again, all from Moonstone. Or we have this kind of mad scientist gentleman with his little bottle of chemicals there. There we go. You can choose, otherwise I will just pick one. And currently this lady was the one I had on front and center, so I was going to paint her up. But you never know, we might even get a chance to do two. We might get a chance to do two. But if there's no choice, no one's picking one, then mad scientist from Lee, okay. Well, that's the only vote so far. So far mad scientist is winning. Right, let me grab some brushes. Let me get some stuff going. I'm actually going to use some new brushes tonight. So I've had these fancy Winsor and Newton Series 7 brushes for about probably 4 or 5 years, and I've never used them. So because I'm always afraid of using fancy brushes. But I've come to the realization that if I keep going on like that, then I'll never use these brushes, and what was the point in buying them? So I think tonight I'm gonna crack these out and have a paint with them. I keep saving them for a good, one of my best paint jobs, and that will just never happen. Yeah, we might as well crack on. Hey Jim. Right. So yeah, decided to not save my best brushes for the day that I never use them, and just crack on, because I have another set of nice brushes as well which I've never used. So I'm in a sort of a no-win situation. Right, so let me grab a painting handle. I'm going to fix this mad scientist to that, and I'm going to zoom the camera in just a little bit. Go. So I need to be painting, just so I make sure I keep on camera, painting about here. There we go. Cool. Right. So we have Moonstone miniatures on the table tonight, and we've already built them, we've already primed them. We did do like a grey from underneath, black underneath, and then a white on top, although I think I went a little bit heavy with the white on top. So we've got mostly a white miniature. Why does it keep going into that focus? So yeah, we will go with what we did. So these are bought miniatures. Yeah, this is from a range called Moonstone, which is the game on the table behind me, and it's from a company called Goblin King Games, and they are, the whole range is very hey Daniel. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. See you back on the table. Cool figures. Yes. Yes. There's a game called Moonstone. Goblin King Games make the game, and it is very Jim Henson, Labyrinth, Dark Crystal inspired. So all of the things from it are sort of, you could see them in that sort of world. So yeah, that's what this is from. So I actually had a Kickstarter show up the other day. I haven't shown anybody yet, but it's about 8 boxes of the new faction. It's the entire new faction that I have. I'm going to zoom this out a little bit because it's actually getting quite difficult to keep on screen. So yes, I'm going to start painting those up as well, but these are the last 4 of the original sets that I have, and then I'm going to start doing it. Yeah, basically all the best fantasy franchises turned into a miniature game, and it's a really good game as well. It's got a whole bluffing, it's not just about rolling dice and I attack you and you attack me, and it's got this whole bluffing mechanic in it where I could tell you I'm doing a really powerful spell against you, and you may believe me or not, and you might try and call my bluff or don't call my bluff, and if you do successfully call my bluff, you get to do something. If you don't, then I get to do something even worse than what I was planning in the first place. So that's really nice because it's not just dice rolling against each other. Can get a bit sort of, you know, samey. So yeah, it's there's loads of cool stuff in there. So yeah, well let's crack on and get some color. I don't know why I'm putting it off, but let's actually put some color down on this. So what do I want to start with? I feel like I want to make him fairly colorful, but let's get the browns out of the way. Let's get like the leathers and the backpacks out of the way and stuff. Now, a lot of these paints haven't been used for a long time, so I'm going to have to get my little shaker out and give them a bit of a buzz. So I should be using my little buzzer. If you hear it on the microphone, I'm sorry about that. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I saw it. Did you put? I wonder if this is the stuff you put on the other day. Did you see the drunk version of Fritz, the dude with the great sword? No, I haven't seen that. I didn't know there was. I miss all the special editions of characters. You Star Gamer, hello mate. Again, sorry if you can hear the vibration. It's just this thing, but it is the quickest way to shake a paint up, quite frankly. Little vortex mixer. I need to look at. Actually, I don't know if I've got Discord on this machine, so I'd need to click it over here. I think. Have a look. Yeah, they look super cool. 28mm US Infantry, 1st Infantry Division, Big Red One, 1943. Very cool, mate. As always, very good. Yeah, so Moonstone do occasionally do special edition characters. They did one of the rabbit that I've got, like an Easter Bunny version, but I don't own any of the special editions. Oh, no worries, man. So yeah, tonight's plan is to at least get 1 miniature done. So I literally haven't painted my hand. I can even feel it in my hand. You know, like when you haven't ridden a bike for a long time, you first get on a bike and you feel a bit unsteady. I can already feel it in my hand that it's not used to painting. So I need to paint some of that, get that muscle memory back. So yeah, we're going to be painting mostly with the contrast paints, because that allows us to get quick base layering down, and then we can then go around, do some highlights and other bits and pieces. Hello, Alex. I think I said hello already. Jeff wanted some dipping. I mean, I could one day. I will do an old school dipping miniature. I do still have some of the army painter dip. I did actually once. I painted an entire miniature range using dip called burrows and badgers it was called, and it was all like what's the word, anamorphic, anima, whatever that word is, where it's, you know, animals but they can wear clothes and fight with swords and stuff like that. I actually sold the whole range. I flogged it on Facebook. I wish I hadn't have done that now, but actually that was Chef's fault, because Chef once told me to maybe look at moving on some of the stuff I don't use, and he was right. I wasn't using it, but I've sold it. The Chef's fault that I did that. I'm just going to catch these straps here. I don't want to paint these overalls. Yes, yeah. I don't. The red. It reminds me of. I don't know if they had it in the US, Jim, but Wind in the Willows. Yeah, there you go. Cotton Candy said it. Anamorphic. Anamorphic. There we go. That's the word. That's the word. That word there. But yes, over here we had a thing called Wind in the Willows. And that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, I sold the whole shebang, so I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. Sure, I don't like keeping stuff I don't have. Like, I don't use. Dude, you've got like, haven't you got like a retro gaming collection of several thousand pieces that you probably haven't touched in God knows how long? All Badger-based hobbies are top tier. Which is true. Yeah, Beatrix Potter. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, imagine Beatrix Potter, but with swords. There you go. Yeah, if you can imagine Beatrix Potter with swords, you know exactly what Badgers and Burrows is all about. I've still got I think I might still have the book. Oh no, I think I sold the book with the miniatures, I think. That was another Kickstarter. Problem is, you pick up these games on Kickstarter with good intentions, and then you never actually play them. But I did the whole range in basically base color and then dipping them, and they actually came out really good. I've got a picture somewhere. I'll put a picture up somewhere of my whole collection. There's quite a few miniatures. It was about easily 30 odd miniatures. Yes, I have managed to shake the Kickstarter. I haven't bought anything on Kickstarter apart from the Kickstarters I already had that I've waited for. I haven't done a new Kickstarter in a long time, so I am kind of not going to bother anymore with them. Well, I mean, I might look at it for non-tabletop hobby stuff, but certainly for miniatures games, I'm not doing Kickstarters anymore, because they're just insane. Slow down at the Home Office. Wellington washed on the M13 APCs this afternoon. Nice. Definitely a hoarder. I know. Thanks, man. I am. Yeah. I think I sort of slowly learned that these Kickstarters are often for fad games that don't go anywhere. So yeah, once you've got the Kickstarter through, the game sort of disappears off the planet. So I mean, some Kickstarters have been really good. Obviously, Moonstone has done really well, and that was deserving of a Kickstarter because it was just at one point one person doing the whole lot. But I do have an issue with big companies doing Kickstarters. I don't understand that now. Like, once you're an established organization, surely you don't need to keep going to Kickstarter. So it should be meant for those little people that are just trying to get their product idea off the floor, right? So I've seen that Steamforged Games have just done a Kickstarter for a whole new paint range, and I'm like, Steamforged Games are a proper company, they don't need a Kickstarter. And they just release a paint range. It's already a brand that's known as well. It's P3 Paints, which is a well-known brand of paints. Just release it and get on with it. No, we really like the Dark Souls board game. I thought that was really good. What was the one that broke me? Joan of Arc broke me a little bit. Joan of Arc was a game that we played once. It was in so many boxes, it was ridiculous. Joan of Arc was about 7 or 8 boxes. I broke it all down. Basically what I did was, we played it once or twice, realised we were never going to play it again, and most of the game was cards and all that, so all that went in the bin. But I kept all of the miniatures because I think the miniatures would be quite good. And the dragon is still behind me. The dragon is over there, the massive great big dragon. I think a lot of tabletop will do better now. Seems Warhammer are screwing themselves with the whole mentality. Well, yeah, I'm not going to pretend I know the lore well enough. Some people seem to be okay with it, some people not. I don't know. Problem is, I think Games Workshop have constantly changed the lore and everything. So, but yeah, probably Joan of Arc as a Kickstarter. Mythic Pantheon Battles was hard to take because they sort of got that game and it was actually a really good game, but then they kind of dropped there was all issues about who owned it, and then they dropped support of it, and then it just like, it's a game that disappeared. What else has there been? The other one, Reichbusters was actually okay, but again, it's one of these things, you buy a game, you kind of set yourself up for, I've got this game, and then it just becomes loads of bloat because they put in so many stretch goals. You think you're getting a game, you end up getting like 8 boxes of a game, and it just takes up so much room, but it's actually quite good. Chef, of course you can ask a question. Go for it, mate. Ask away. Here's the problem though, I don't actually get to painting it. I remember I used to do this all the time. I get chatty and I forget I'm actually painting something. It's, to be honest, not a bad thing. This is true, he did just ask a question. What's your favourite Warhammer game and figures to paint? Good question. What's my favourite figures from the Warhammer universe? Which ones have I enjoyed painting the most? I think I'm going to say Nurgle. I think I'm going to say Nurgle because with Nurgle you can just do whatever you want. Like, you haven't got to be tidy, you haven't got to stick to a scheme. The whole point is messy. It's why I really think I haven't really painted orcs before, but I'd love to paint orcs because I think again you can go crazy with orcs. Yeah, I think when I look at my chaos demons up there, I think they're the most fun. Let me grab a couple of them and I'll show you. Oh, here's another one. I should grab the other one. Let me grab this file. They're actually going to be super dusty. Let me get the big one out of the way. So yeah, you get, so with Chaos Demons, or sorry, Nurgle Demons, they haven't been dusted in a long time. You get just fun stuff. So this is called a Sloppity Bile Piper, which is basically a demon playing a blood-sacked bagpipes, and it's just stupid. So you can just do what you like with him. You know, you can go crazy with colors, with the blood with the blood technical paints, and just, you know, have a laugh with them. You've then got things like this guy riding a big old slimy snail. So again, you get to play with all the different colors. You can use rust paints on them. You can use the Nurgle slime paints, the blood paints. So you can basically just do whatever you like, and there's no right or wrong reason or way to paint them. You just do whatever you like. So those are really fun, and you then get some really cool miniatures as well. Like this guy is one of the Blight Kings. Again, you can use all the technical rust paints and stuff to really make them look old and weathered and things. And then you get giant demons like the Great Unclean one. So this guy, you know, you get to paint up this sort of thing. Now most people do this in green, but I wanted to do him in like purples and greens, like bruised. It wasn't that great. It's not a great paint job, but it was fun to paint. So yeah, I think these guys are the most fun to do. Yeah, it's like this big old sword and stuff. So that's Warhammer. So probably my favourite Warhammer game. I'd have to choose the one we've played the most, which is probably Warhammer Fantasy, or now called Age of Sigmar. But actually, I think we prefer the skirmish side. So there is a game called Warcry for Warhammer, which is quite cool. It's a bit like Kill Team for 40k. Warcry is the kill team sized game for Warhammer, and that's quite good fun. But I must admit, recently we've mostly been sticking to other games. So, you know, Moonstone is the one that we play the most. Yeah, and well, purple orcs you can't see, so but I could show you my entire army of purple orcs. I mean, they're here now. I don't know why you can't see them. Yeah, Jim, I would agree. I think I have got a box of orcs. I have got some orcs, and I think orcs would be a cool theme to paint, because especially because now I've used things like oil washes and stuff like that. You could do loads and loads of damage on them. You can mod the model as much as you like, because orcs are all about just sticking anything together and making it work. More orky the better. So I think you can just have a load of fun with orcs. So I think that's probably why they're super popular, because you can just sort of, you know, do what you like. So yeah, orcs. My favorite non-Warhammer miniatures to paint have probably been the Moonstone stuff. The Moonstone's been really fun. I really enjoyed that. Obviously, when I painted my Hero Quest, that was one of the nicest things I've ever painted, because it was so fun to sit there and paint an original Hero Quest game. Yeah, I mean, I've got a fully painted game of The Walking Dead. That's pretty cool. That's a load of miniature zombies and all the stuff that's from The Walking Dead. I've got all sorts of stuff, but yeah, probably non-Warhammer is Moonstone. Then the Warhammer world, I'm gonna say Nurgle. I've got a feeling I'd really like orcs, so I think I will do some orcs at some point. Maybe look at getting the combat patrol for that. Orcs have so much character, managed to keep the old tongue-in-cheek of the old hammer. If you still have a 3D, yeah, I've got 3D printers. Yeah, check out Puppets War on Mini Factory. Okay, Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I could look at because obviously there are completely printable 3D forces out there. You couldn't use them in a Warhammer tournament or anything, but I'm never going to play in a Warhammer tournament, so that's kind of irrelevant. Right, I really don't know what I'm doing with this miniature at the moment. I am completely and utterly not. This happens every time that I haven't painted for a while. I sit down and I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what color scheme I'm going for. I don't know what. Just gonna start blocking color out and then go from there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have a look. Yes, that does look. So that is a game's called No, I think, what's the game called? I want to say it's called Studio 7, but I'm not sure if it is. But yes, the Crooked Dice game, which has got it's got so many cult classic in the likeness of miniatures like Lethal Weapon. It's at Salute every year. It's at UK Games Expo every year. 7 TV, that's it. 7 TV. I knew I was in the ballpark with Studio 7 or something like that, but yeah, 7 TV, yes. The only reason I haven't picked that up, because I was very tempted to last time I was there, just because I'm trying not to. I knew I had the Kickstarter of Moonstone coming. It's just another game, right? It's another rule set to learn. It's another miniature, another, terrain to build, all of that stuff. So they do look great. I mean, I might pick them up, some stuff just for fun, like the Lethal Weapon set and a few other sets that'd be really cool to get. Yes, yeah, they're all metal cast miniatures. Yeah, exactly, Jim. Exactly. Try not to buy more. That is a real problem. But I think I've got to that point now. I have enough miniatures and games to last me probably a good chunk of the rest of my life. So I don't think I need any more. And if I do, I don't think I'm ever going to be playing like big. Like, we've got that table behind me is 6 foot by 4 foot, which is the size for a maximum sized Warhammer game. I think they've changed the size slightly now. I don't think it's in feet anymore. I think it's in, it's like so many meters by so many centimeters or something, and it's not quite 6 by 4 foot, but it's roughly that. I think you can get away with it. But we haven't played a mass size army game in a long time. And we much prefer the skirmish size game. So Moonstone takes place on a 3 foot by 3 foot square, and you need like a good amount of terrain, and you need sort of line of sight blocking things, stuff like that. So I've got a really nice table for that now, all 3D printed terrain. I've got a Star Wars table, I've got a Wild West table, I've got a steampunk world table. I've got obviously this kind of whimsical fantasy table. I can do I've got a post-apocalyptic set as well, even with a crashed aeroplane, all these sorts of things. So I have that, and most of the games that I want to play are skirmishing type games, like Walking Dead, Moonstone, Warcry, even some of the military games, which we haven't got too much into, but I definitely want to that's probably the next one I want to do, because Flames of War, I have got an entire, what I've called a Normandy village, which now that I've been to Normandy, I can make it a lot more like what actually I saw. It's I want to get into that bit as well, play some World War II stuff as well. So yeah, but we need an 8x6 table. even a 10x6, but that's for modern World 2 tables. Oh crikey, that is a big table. They've even done expendables. Yeah. I mean, when you see if you ever see their stall, you should go to Salute or something next year, mate. You'll really enjoy the day out. You'll see so much stuff, and they're always there. They have got pretty much every franchise you can think of. They've got it. There's very few that I've not seen, and they even have vehicles. They have all sorts. So they've gotten around it, I guess, because they're not quite what they are, but they're close enough that they are. Like, you know. So yeah. Yeah, the new Star Wars miniatures game is supposed to be very good. I've got the older one. The miniatures were down there, but they're not. I have a painted Luke Skywalker and a painted Darth Vader and a few miniatures somewhere around. But yeah. And we're not getting, this miniature is not getting painted. Let me grab some skin color. Yeah, I mean, for live streaming and stuff like that, if I wanted to, no, it's fine, it's good. I would get more. If I painted Warhammer, people are much more. That's the only problem with non-Warhammer games, is that not many people are interested in. The majority of people want to see Warhammer, so hard for these other games to get out there and get known. The skin color's way too dark. Way too dark from what I wanted, but more of a dwarven flesh color. We'll just highlight it with highlights later. I think we just block out colors for now. We just focus on getting colors blocked out, and we go from there. I have the new occult minigame. Yeah, that didn't go very well, did it? That didn't go very well. It's a shame, because Nerdy Geezer was a big fan of it. He always talked very highly of it. He hides the love under this pent-up rage, but yeah, he'll love you calling him that. He'll he hides it well. He does. He you know, he's Yeah, we'll see what childhood franchise gets destroyed next by Disney. They've got a fantastic track record at the moment. You think even the law of averages, they'd have to get one banger by now, wouldn't they? Yeah, it'll be oh man, I've forgotten how bad contrast paint tastes. When you've got a natural pick to lick your brush. Right, we need a colour of trousers for this guy. What trousers are you having, mate? I feel like you'd have like purple or something. Let's go with these ones. Go with a burgundy. Yeah, these are gonna look like some fancy pants. Inject a bit of colour into this miniature. Oh Jim, I hadn't told you, but looks like we might have a military man in the family. Because James seems dead set on joining the RAF next year. Where his head's at the moment. Cheers, Alex. Thanks, mate. Giving him a bit of a colour boost here with some fancy pants trousers. I actually have a pair of jogging bottoms this colour. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. He was. Yeah, if you remember, he used to do all sorts of live streams. We've done the. Remember we did the 40k weekender one when they did the boot camp, but you could join the boot camp remotely, and we streamed for the whole thing. That was the 40k. Actually, that's when I painted my Chaos Demons. He painted Tau, and I painted Chaos Demons for the entire weekend. But yeah. He's a big guy now. He's yeah. Yeah, he turns 18 next year. He finishes his A levels, and his current choice is yes, it was. Yeah, this was on Twitch long time ago. We streamed. I think we streamed over like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think we topped it up 33 hours, maybe 34 hours. We streamed for over a weekend, and I painted up an entire demon. Did I do more than one? I don't know if I did more than one. I'd have to go back and look, but I know I did my Chaos Demons. I might have even done the Zinch set as well. I can't remember. I don't remember. I might have done multiple. I think I need to have a look. I can't remember the thing, but I know I had a starter kit for each set. I had a Zinch starter set, a Sinest starter set, a Korn, and a Nurgle, and I kind of did all of them. Might have been over the course of the rest of the week, but I definitely did all the starter sets. Yeah, he did. Yeah. And he went missing on the first day. Well, the second day of his paper round, he went missing. I had to track it. I had to track him down using the GPS on his phone. Not great for someone who potentially wants to go and fly airplanes. But yeah, that's his current plan. Obviously, things might change. Yeah, James went missing. I on his first day of his paper round, I went with him, and we both cycled the route. Like, I sort of showed him how one road connected to the next, and so on and so forth. Like, great, I've got it, Dad. Brilliant. I said, okay, well, tomorrow then, go off your own, you cycle yourself. So off he went, and when we cycled it, it took us about 40 minutes to do the route because we were stop starting. But on a clean cycle with just a few papers he had, it should have been 30 minutes. So on the next day, obviously he goes. This is about 6:30 in the morning. He cycles off, and he gets to about 7:30. So an hour's passed, and I'm going, James should have been home by now. This, even if he did it slowly, it would have been done in an hour. So I do the natural thing. I call him, no answer. Call him again, no answer. You then start to panic and think, oh God, what's happened? And then I pulled up. We've got this thing on the phones called Life 360. A load of people use it for like their kids' phones and stuff. It will show you on a map where they are. And he was on the way to Welling, which obviously, Lee, you'll know this, but no one else will. But basically the complete opposite direction to where we live. He was not answering his phone, so I jumped in the car, tried to track him down, and eventually found him. And his stupid reasoning was he didn't want to call us to tell us he was lost because he was basically too proud to tell us. So he thought he'd just keep cycling until he sees something he recognises. Well, yeah. I mean, he would have recognised something. He probably would have recognised London Bridge something before he recognised anything close to home. So he was going the totally wrong direction. So very, as you can imagine, panicked everybody. But luckily we got him. But yeah, just very just bonkers. The way kids' brains think somehow. Sometimes. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, thankfully it was all fine, and obviously got him, and then after that he was fine on his paper and he kept doing it, no problems. But it was just that first time of like, really? I literally did the route with you yesterday, and you've gotten lost, and rather than calling me and saying, Dad, I've taken a wrong turn somewhere, I don't know where I am, you just say nothing and get even more lost. Like, then you get really, really lost. So it was yeah, bless him, eh? I'm actually running out of Skeleton Horde. That's one of the first contrast paints that I'm running dry on. Yeah, didn't your country recently lose a fighter jet somewhere, didn't they? Didn't the Americans recently just lose one? Yeah, the paper. It was. I mean, I had paper rounds when I was a kid. I used to do multiple. I used to do all the ones that the other kids didn't turn up for, so I'd go and do my paper round. And by the time I got back to the shop, some other kid hadn't shown up, and they'd be like, "Oh, you couldn't go and do so and so's," and I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." So I went and did theirs as well. So at the end of the week, I was collecting like double bubble for the paper rounds. I was well happy. Cheers, Paul. Yeah, we're getting there. It's a slow, you know. This is the nothing ever looks good at this stage, but blocking out the colours for now, and then we get into the fun stuff. We get into the highlighting and the making things look a lot nicer. And bearing in mind, I haven't picked. This is not an excuse, but I haven't picked up a paintbrush in about 6 months, maybe longer. Yeah, I should have a look. Let's have a look, shall we? When was the last time I did a? When was the last time I did a painting stream? Let's fire up. Let's fire up YouTube Studio and look at live streams. It'll be a blooming while, I can tell you that much. So the last painting stream I did was March. End of March, just after my hand came out of a cast. Yeah, just after. Still got it, mate. Well, we'll see at the end. We'll see when the end products are. We're not there yet. It's looking very rough at the moment to me. I'm not loving it at the moment, but we shall see. Right, I've got kind of like his top to do. He's got like a vest on, but I'm not, you know what, I'm not hating it in the white. I'm not, even though it's not painted, which I will paint it, but I'm not unhappy with it just being in just a white colour, almost like a vest underneath his overall. I'll paint this strap as it comes around. Strap goes over the shoulders and then next to his bag on his back there. Yes, we could keep it. We could stick with the white. White's never a great colour to paint, but I quite like how it's looking as far as got kind of like the aqua kind of overalls on, the white underneath and his purple, his fancy purple trousers. We can do his belt. I'm going to grab another brown. I'm going to go wildwood. Yeah, that is pretty much it, isn't it, Jim? You hate it, you hate it, you hate it, and then you go, "Oh, that'll be all right now." Yeah, that is always true. They're bad until they're okay. Is the stream okay for you guys? On Twitch it seems to be showing not very good quality, but on YouTube it's showing as super good. Oh, whatever. It's fine on YouTube, so That's kind of where my focus is, if I'm honest, at the moment. So yeah, maybe Twitch is having some issues. Right, so we're gonna just slap this on around here. We're gonna just capture all of this belt bearing, and then we'll come back and do all of the little vases, all the little bottles and gubbins that he has on his belt. Gonna just block this out, and then I'll come back, because I can come back with the grey sear and stuff and correct any mistakes, but I just want to get the bulk of this belt painted. We might not get this miniature finished tonight, and that's okay, because it's the first one back, so I'm definitely not as fast as I normally am. I feel myself not being quite as natural. That's okay. Right, he does need a hair color, and we're going with bright orange, I think. That's what we're doing. Because I want him to have some. That's probably not bright enough. Let's go with this. Thank you, Patricia. Oh, we're gonna give this guy some electric orange hair. It's cool. I like that. Well, thank you for passing through. That's very kind of you. Right. So this guy is going to get some wicked hair. He's a mad scientist. He's got a wicked beard and wicked hair. Oh no, I didn't mean to give it to your fingers, mate. Never mind. Rescue that later. Oh. What just happened there? My screen just scrolled down. Okay, good. Something must have touched my touch screen. My screen just like rapidly scrolled to the bottom of the window. But yeah, thanks, Lee. Saying that. Yeah, everyone, if you happen to be here and you've got a spare finger, clicking on the thumbs up is always nice. If you're not subscribed, also click that button as well. But also very cool if you don't, so don't worry. This is true. Well, yeah, you don't have to. Once you've used it to click the like, you can have it back. I need to keep it. Not some sort of psychopath. Likes to keep fingers of his viewers, of his victims. Which finger is mine now? But not making it easy to get under his beard here. There we go. Got some sort of headband on, so we'll capture that in a sec as well. That's not. I wasn't sure if it was hair first of all, but it's not. It's got like a set of goggles on basically. But yeah, he's got some, and we can highlight this in a sec, so we can make it look a bit more. We will repaint that finger because he'd put a big old blob of orange on his hand. You know, we apply. Right. Next up, what's my favourite table game of all time? So let's go board game, shall we? My favorite board game of all time. That's a really tough question. I mean, no, it's not. It's not a tough question. Hero Quest. Hero Quest is my favorite tabletop game of all time. It's a, the backpack I did in a snake bite leather. Yeah, snake bite leather was the backpack. Yeah, Hero Quest is probably my favorite tabletop game. Followed by god damn. That's really hard to say. That's really hard to say. I really like Trail at House on the Hill. That's a fantastic board game that I'd recommend anyone play. And then also I mean, for a Warhammer game, for another Warhammer game, I mean, playing Silver Tower, me and my boys played that through to completion. There is actually a way to complete the game, and we have completed it. And what was so funny was when I said we should sell it, James was like, "No, you can't sell it because that's my Warhammer," and I was like, "Fair enough, mate." Nice. Yeah, Warhammer. So, which when you said your wife's favorite, do you mean a Hero Quest or I mean, I'm going to say probably Hero Quest or Betrayal at House on the Hill. Yeah, it's a brilliant game. Betrayal at House on the Hill is a fantastic one. Yeah, it really is good, isn't it? It's a great. I recommend it to everybody because I love how you start the game collaborating and then something happens. Certain people might have, one person might break off, or certain groups, and you read your bit and they read their bit in secret, and then you come back together again, and then the game changes. It's no longer working together. Well, some of you might still be working together, but it's the twist in the movie, right? And the fact that there's so many combinations that can happen, and then of course there's the expansions that then give you any more choices. It's a great game. It's a really good game. So I highly recommend that. I think there's a new version of it now. I think I have second edition, I think. And I think there's a third edition out now. I don't know if you need to have the latest edition, apart from it being nice. I don't. The game that I've played, I have no problems with it, and I've not done anywhere near the amount of. Because I've got what's the expansion I've got? Is it called Witch something or other? What's it called? Terrible eyes can't see it, but it is. There's a Witch expansion which has loads more combinations of things that can happen. Oh wow, the Thing board game. I bet Retrobait would, if he was still, if I don't know if he's still here, but he would love to play a Thing board game, I'm sure. New editions came out. Yeah, it definitely cleans a few issues. I like the freshest editions with all the extras. Yeah, yeah. I think I unless there was a reason for me to pick it up, I'm quite happy. If there are problems with the game, I probably don't realise what they are because it's perfectly fine to me. So yeah. Right. Next on the agenda for this guy is I'm going to just paint this headpiece. We're going to use the brown again to just capture this kind of goggles set he's got on his face, because that will be the base color of it. Jim, how does the Thing board game play? Is it again a betrayal type game? Is it? I'm guessing there's probably a bit of it, like a bit of mystery in it and a bit of betrayal in it as well, because obviously that's in keeping with the movie. Bit of investigation. Actually, I bet Betrayal on the House on the Hill would probably work quite well in a thing setting. Okay, right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. And there's things like that. There's that sort of mechanics in Betrayal at House on the Hill as well. Sometimes it's very obvious who the bad guy is, and because they probably left the room, but they could be all different. You have different separate. You start working together, but then you get different objectives, and yeah, it's probably very similar. Have they ever done a Gremlins or Ghostbusters? I'm gonna say there probably is, but it's probably more of a cash grab. I can't think of one where yeah, I'm gonna say there must be a Ghostbusters board game, but I don't know if it would feature in this sort of like good board games. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So similar sort of concept to the Thing. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I think Paul would love that. Yeah, and often it's a bit like video games, mate. There's loads of good reasons to make a game about it, but it's then making a good game. So board games, card games suffer the same problems that video games do, in that just because the sounds like it'd be a good game really depends who makes it, and is it actually a good game. So yeah, that is often the issue. Now I'm not painting again. Right, we need to do some other things. We've got his little vials on his chest, on his belt here. So we need some classic kind of vial-y colours. So we're going to go with a red. We've got a yellow, and we'll go with a green. Yeah, have we got anything that's more glowy? This one. We're going to go with Striking Scorpion here. Yes, there's definitely some good. I had a Ghostbusters board game in the 80s. So there we go. Yeah. It would make sense, you know, a game where you're traversing a board, and then then having to like battle a ghost and then trying to see if you can capture it. You know, dice rolls, whatever it might be. There's loads of ways to make that game work, and obviously naturally for players, I like games where there's either a twist or something, or someone's actually playing against the other players. So another one I really like is Fury of Dracula, where one of you is actually playing as Dracula. The rest of you are hunting Dracula, and you're obviously trying to hunt the vampire hunters and take them out. But the cool thing about the game is that everything you do as Dracula is done in secret, so you don't even have representation on the board. You're doing it all in secret. But you can only move at night time, and you can do things to manipulate the players at night because you've got control over different forces. Because hey, you're Dracula, you can control fog, dogs, bats, all those sorts of things. You're moving, and the board is like Europe. It's the whole of Europe represented on the board, and you are making your way around Europe, and you can take trains and boats and stuff like that. But things have different penalties, and you're just constantly moving out of Europe, trying to eat, trying to live, so trying to kill people, make your vampire army bigger, and then during the day, you're being hunted by the vampire hunters because they want to get you. They want to be able to find you during the day when you're weaker. If they find you at night time, then you're going to have a good old punch up, of which you're going to win because you're Dracula. So it's a really cool game, Fury of Dracula. Yeah, well, the Alien, yes, you did a wicked Alien game, mate. I really enjoyed that. We could always do it, Lee, Nerdy Geezer Lee. I'm very happy to one day. Let's do a one shot. Let's do a one shot D&D game. I think you guys would like it. I think Chef would like it, and some others. I mean, I can even pre-generate you a bunch of characters if you want, so you can skip all of that stuff and you can just straight into the actual D&D part, and we can do D&D light. You don't even have to think about all the rules. I can sort of make them work as we go, sort of thing. But that's always good fun. I'm just painting the little vials on his belt there. So he's got those kind of things there. Yeah, a bit of real laugh, and I mean, I'm sure Jim would probably do it, but Jim did a fantastic game. Although it was actually we weren't playing D&D as such, but it was like a mixture of a board game and a D&D game in the Aliens universe. But that was super good fun. If Jim, if you've still got that recording, you should post that in the chat. The video for that alien game. That was really good fun. If you've got it, Jim, if you can find it easy enough, post a link to it in the chat so people can see it. But that was jolly good fun. That was. I really enjoyed it. Right, I am going to need some. I do need some like gold or some silver or something. What should I go with? Let's go with bronze actually. Where is my? Where's that bronze I had? Ruined Lord bronze. That was quite good bronze. Oh, hang on, I just got raided. Oh, thank you very much. Over on Twitch. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm not even going to try. Borak XJWX. Thank you very much for that raid. We've got 8 people coming and saying hello. Jet, hello. Bunker Gaming, hello. Sorry if I wasn't quick enough at responding there. I was trying to find a paint. I was finding some Ruin Lord brass paint, but hello. Why did nothing come up? Did I miss an alert or something? Let me replay that alert. Did that alert actually pop up on the screen? I haven't done this for a long time, so let me see if the alert did come up. I just didn't hear it. Why didn't I get any sound? That was weird. I didn't get any sound. Yes, I'm all good. Thank you very much. Yeah, cheers everybody. Thanks for coming in and saying hello. Cheers for that raid. And we are painting up a Moonstone miniature here. Nice little crazy scientist. So, I haven't painted since March of this year, so I'm super rusty. But hey, we're just chatting, having some fun, and yeah. But thank you very much for coming in and saying hello. That's much appreciated. I'm not sure why I didn't hear the alert. I have to look at that because the alert definitely popped up on the screen because I just replayed it and I can see it popped up. But I didn't hear it, which is weird. This could be, I haven't, like I say, I'm rusty. I'm definitely rusty. So, but yeah, thanks for that. It's really awesome. Yeah, Jim, definitely post the URL to that stream. It was I really enjoyed that alien stream. That was very cool. Borak, what was you streaming yourself? Was you painting yourself? Was you doing something yourself? If you're still there, let me know what you was up to. Hope you had a good stream. Yes, there we go. So yeah, the YouTube link that just went up in the chat. That is Jim running a aliens, set in the world of aliens, where we all took on a few of the characters, and yeah, we went and busted some aliens. Yeah, probably Twitch being twitchy. Yeah, you're probably right there. I think it probably is also me. My OBS hasn't been turned on since. Well, I did actually do a stream on Monday, but before that it was March, so it could very much be that I've somehow turned off the audio alerts, which is very possible, because the file, the actual thing popped up. But yeah, thanks, Jim. So that link there, for anyone who's interested, is a one shot of a game that Jim basically created, set in the Aliens universe, and it was really good fun. Actually, it was really good fun. Right. So we've kind of we're getting sort of colours blocked out now, which is nice. Now I did grab that brass, didn't I? Where did I put it? Oh, grab that brass. That's such a English thing to say. Sorry, you're gonna get the old vibration sounds again. You were painting a Sylvanus Windrunner. That's freaking awesome. Oh, mate. If you've got an Instagram or something, do post it. I'd love to see that. Sylvanus Windrunner. That's a cool thing to paint. Yeah. Was that a 3D printed a bust or anything like that? Sylvanus Windrunner. For my sins, I am a I don't know how do you say it. I'm a 20-year veteran of World of Warcraft. I've been playing that game since it released. I'm in no way hardcore, not anymore. I dip in and out every now and then, but I have played every expansion, every year that game has been around. I've been a subscriber to that game since it started. I've never missed a month on that game, which is sad. I have a statue from Blizzard over there of you know, the Blizzard orc and warg. Although, what is it? No, it's not a warg, is it? It's a frostwolf, I guess. Maybe, I don't know what it is. The Blizzard statue that's outside the studios. But that is very cool. Martin, if I can find that Lost Valley of the Dinosaurs complete, would you be up for painting it? Of course, mate. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I've said to Scott as well, because I know Scott bought the He-Man game. He-Man might be called Battle for the Universe or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but there's a He-Man game which I've said to him if he wants me to paint it. Oh, play it. Oh, okay, yeah, then yeah, of course I'll play it, yeah. Of course, yeah. We should do a game night, mate. You can come round and we'll play a game. I'd love to get you guys playing Reichbusters. Reichbusters is just crazy fun. In fact, the more crazy you are, the more it rewards you in the game, almost, you know. For kicking indoors, shooting Nazis, and doing all of that stuff. It's Reichbusters is a great fun game, so you definitely oh, my light went out. Yeah, it's a really fun game. Outlandish characters, crazy, you know, futuristic Nazi type stuff, magic and all sorts in there. You know, imagine sort of like the Hellboy, although Hellboy is also a game I've got, but a Hellboy-ish type. No, you know. What do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for describing what I'm trying to describe. I can't. That's the problem. I can't think of the word. No worries. Hello, Jace. Jace defancies. Oh, I'm gonna say Jace. Oh, well, welcome to the channel. And thank you for the follow. I'm not getting sounds. That's not annoying. I can see this. I see the thing pop up, but I don't hear it. Why is that? I wonder if it's just because I need to up the volume of the sounds. I think I'm getting, because I'm playing a bit of music, I think it's getting lost in the music. But anyway, thank you very much for the follow. We will work out these sort of tweaks. Yeah, World War II pulp. Yeah, so it's like imagining if the war hadn't ended and they started developing more and more technology, and then you throw in weird. That's it. Weird World War. That's what I was looking for. Weird World War. So got a bit of like Cthulhu-esque type magic in there. It's got, you know, better technologies and stuff like that. And you're up against it. So yeah. Yeah, you're probably right, Jace. It probably is some weird inconsistency between the two. So you're probably bang on the money. I'll have a fiddle later, and then I'll try and fix OBS and Twitch. Yeah, you got to be smarter than the computer. Well, that's never going to happen. Right, I'm definitely getting sidetracked. I'm getting massively sidetracked. Right, what are we doing next on this guy? We've got this kind of gubbins around here with like this jar and stuff. We've got another one here, which I need to have now. What do we do here? Let's cover this all in brown, because then I can paint the glass jar. So we do exactly what we did on the other side. Cover this. But yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, this is a miniature from the game called Moonstone. It's a really fun sort of skirmish level game, and I highly recommend it. It's been an absolute runaway success for the creator of the game, and he's continuing to support it, continuing to release new miniatures. Very imaginative. It's got very unique game mechanics, and yeah, it's just great fun. Me and my son really enjoy it. So, not in any way connected to the guy or anything like that, but I've done a cracking job with this game. Really fun. Yes, I did. Oh, Spider, thank you very much, Spider 919. Sorry about that. So I was taking a work in progress picture. Oh, excellent, you've got a picture. Brilliant, excellent. Let's have a look. Here's a 3D print. That's so cool. Oh, I want to print that. I'm gonna chuck a follow. Is that from like My Mini Factory or something like that? Oh, you got some awesome print. Okay, this is some awesome work on your Instagram. Look at the alien. Oh man, that's so good. Hang on, let me just post this so that everyone can see it. Let me post this in my YouTube as well. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Go and give this person a look on it. Look at that xenomorph. Oh, that's so cool. Makes mine look shit. Yeah, that's cool, man. You got some cool stuff on your Instagram. I love the wizard as well. The blue and the orange from the firepower and the ice power. That's really cool. Yeah, you got some good stuff. The wood elf is very cool. Nice work. Really nice work. Well done. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's some awesome work. I don't know what to say. It's nice work. I found this. I did a 10-minute job. This took me 10 minutes to paint. Got a new resin printer the other day. I got the Elegoo Mars 4 Ultra, and I printed this off on it, but it was a super quick paint job. I literally did about 10 minutes, but I was more impressed at how good the actual miniature comes off the printer. So I just whacked some quick color on it. But yours, I love the way you've done the dome almost. Yeah, I just love everything about it. So well done. It's really cool. Here's the STL. Wait, that will be on my printer tomorrow. I did buy oh yeah, that's wicked. I did get a Lilith statue which I printed and painted a few weeks ago. It's up in my son's room. He's got it in his bedroom, but that was really cool. Lilith from Diablo 4, in case anyone doesn't know. But yeah, well done, Borak. You're that's fantastic. It was very cool. Very cool. Very cool. I haven't done much bust painting before. I've only literally got a couple, so I've got things like this. This was one of my first ever 3D prints. In fact, this was so bad when I 3D printed this, it actually was sealed, so I had to drill all these holes in to get all the excess resin out of the dwarf's head. But this was one of my first ever 3D prints, and even for this was back when it was the Mars Pro, the very first of sort of the Elegoo Mars 3D printers, which a friend of mine now has, and this came off of that printer, and I was always so impressed with how that looked. Like, and obviously just painted it up. It wasn't that crazy. Yeah, so I've done that, and then I got this one. This was actually a bought miniature. This was there was a time when I wasn't called the Hobby Lodge. When I first started doing stuff on the internet, I was called Laughing Boy because in my first job many years ago, one of the first people I worked with, I was always laughing at work and making jokes and stuff, and he called me Laughing Boy. He used to go, "Oh, wait, Laughing Boy, come and help me do this," or whatever. And I was much younger, so like the first time I ever had like a work nickname. So that's when I first had to think of a name for my Twitch channel. It was called Laughing Boy, and this was going to be the mascot. This was going to be the paint, the thing that sort of like was going to be like in the thumbnails of things or in the logo or whatever it was. So yeah, this did used to have. There is another part to this miniature, this bust, which is a small girl with a balloon on the front. So I just took it off and filled in the gap there, and that's actually part of it there. Yeah, painted this guy up. But this is really old now. This is probably be 10 years old, this. But I was quite happy with it back when I painted it, because I was yeah, that was it. I was just quite chuffed with it. But bust painting is really cool, and clearly you have skills. But yeah, very cool. Yeah, exactly, Jim. Exactly, that's what it was. When I first signed up to Beasts of War in 2015. So that was when I needed a name. You need a username for things, and Laughing Boy was the username that came up. So I just started using it on everything. So it was the name for, well, it still technically is my name on Beasts of War, because you can't change your user ID without making a whole new account. So Laughing Boy exists still today. Only became the Hobby Lodge when the Hobby Lodge got built, you know, and that to me felt like a much more fitting name, because Laughing Boy didn't really mean anything. So like I changed it to be something that had maybe a bit more meaning. But it's the only time I've ever actually had I don't know, most people can say like, oh, they've got a nickname or something. No, I've never had a nickname. The only name that I've had is Laughing Boy, and really only one person ever called me it. That was in a job, but otherwise I've never been one of those people that always has that sort of nickname that sticks with them for years, like that everybody calls them. Yeah, exactly, Oriskany, yeah. And that's funny, because to me it's probably only recent years I've been calling you Jim. otherwise to me you was Oriskany. That's how I knew you. So it's funny, sometimes our usernames, even Nerdy Geezer, in fact most of our sort of friends I've met through Twitch or YouTube or whatever, it's funny how their names are actually their usernames. It's not their real names. Yeah, that's quite funny. That's yeah, Lee, there's some Nerdy Geezer, there's some really good stuff on there, isn't there? Borat clearly knows what they're doing. Look at the Wood Elf is the other stuff is really nice. I like the Crimson Court. I think it was Crimson Court, wasn't it? No, actually no, I didn't see that. I could click to the next one. So it's actually from it's a Warhammer miniature, isn't it? It's so nice. But the Wood Elf, if you look at the Wood Elf, like you probably wouldn't think it's like, I don't know how you think about painting miniatures, but that Wood Elf, like the cloth, the green cloth is superb. I love the fact that the gradient, the colour on the cloth is just so good. And even that resin base is really cool. Well, in fact, the whole thing's cool. Yeah, it's really nice. Very clever. Right. I've depressed myself about how good everybody else is. Never look at someone else's paint jobs. Right, I do want that brass again. What do I do with that brass? Two little belt buckles here. Okay. Have to use the old supervision here to see these belt buckles. There are quite a few painters out there that basically say if you can't see it, don't paint it, because by the time you're 3 foot away from this miniature on the table, there was probably 0 point painting what you just painted. No one can even tell it's there. Right. I do kind of agree with that, but can't help yourself. What time is it? It's 9:30. I'm gonna go to 10 o'clock and then I am gonna call it there. We'll be as far along as we are. Obviously, I would normally expect to finish a miniature in 2 hours, but fortunately, I think just because I'm very rusty, and actually I've been really enjoying the chat, which is always nice. Okay. Cheers, Lee. Yeah, whether you're on Twitch or on YouTube, any thumbs upping and following and all those things is always much and much appreciated. If you're new to the channel in any way, then I basically do a bunch of hobby stuff. I do miniature wargaming, board gaming, painting. I do video gaming, both retro and modern video gaming. You can probably see lots of stuff behind me. I like anything nerd culture, heck, everything. So that's why the Hobby Lodge is called the Hobby Lodge, because it is just a whole bunch of hobbies in here. This is a building dedicated to all of my nerdy hobbies. Got some toys in here, we've got 3D printers in here, we've got Amigas, Commodores, tabletop wargaming, board gaming. There's there's something for everybody, and that's kind of what the Hobby Lodge is. It is a space full of all the things that make me happy, you know. Cheers, Chef. Thanks, mate. Right, I need a lighter flesh tone. I'm going to start doing some highlighting now because it's more fun. Maybe once I finish these 4 miniatures, we'll do something a little bit different. We will have a go at doing a bust of some description. Oh, nice. You've always got some nice bits on the way, Lee. That's what you always say. I'm still using this thing to rattle paints. Some of these paints I haven't been opened in literally maybe a year, so they need a hell of a revival. If you are in the miniature game painting hobby, getting yourself a vortex mixer is, especially with some Citadel paints and stuff, worth a go. Oh, pin washing, Jim. Crikey, you're good, man. So what I'm going to do here is just lightly sort of try and bring up the skin. The skin was quite dark on this guy, so I'm going to just, not everywhere, just where it's facing upwards basically into the light, try and lighten him up a little bit. That's going to be bad, so I'm not going to do that. In his palm there, I'm going to put a little bit of wash. You do have a problem, mate. How's the glow in the dark collection going? Still addicted to buying stuff that glows in the dark? A little wing. Glow in the dark mecha predator. Nice. Oh, do vintage toys and cheap, are those two words ever said together? Go around and just rising up with the skin color, because I can see where there's like bits of orange that have splashed over from the hair. Tidy that up. Same time give him a highlight. His features stand out a bit more, so his face is a bit more poppy. He's not looking too bad. He's not looking too bad. maybe go a bit lighter. Right, so I'm just concentrating for a moment, try and get some progress in before the end of the night, basically. So if we're going a little bit quiet. Try and hammer through a few little bits. I actually think I'm going to paint this edge of this so it's not all just one continuous colour. I might try and actually paint the sort of outer edge of this sort of apron, that's probably the best word I can use, like a different colour on the outside, because it has got like a nice trim there that I could follow. I could even do it in the white. I could do it in the white so it matches with the let's have a look. Let's there's no harm in doing this, because ultimately if I do it in grey here, I can just go over the top of it anyway. But let's see as my kind of little experiment. It helped frame the little apron a little bit. So if we were to go from here down, because then we could do the trim in a different color. We could keep it white to sort of match with the color of the shirt, so the top and the bottom of the miniature kind of get tied together, or we could do it in something a bit more interesting. Trying to be careful to not go on the rest of the miniature. Lift up here, so there's like a circular bit there. Yeah, so kind of like go around the edge of that trim, because then I can add another color in there from the worst case is if it doesn't work, I can just go back over it again, fill it in as the rest of the outfit. Might be nice to have something that borders it. Don't need to do anything to the back. The back is fine. Back you can't see that trim anyway. Maybe there, that's the only place you can see the trim, so we'll probably just put something on there. But I think the back is fine. is that one little fold, which is actually coming from the other side. So just there, where his leg is, that'll be all right there. I do need to capture the rest of the trim. Does come away again there. And then we just need to decide what we want to do, whether we want to keep it white. Do I want to keep it white? I don't think so. I mean, I have got a problem because I do need to paint on the front here. You can see there's like an eye and a few other little markings and stuff. It would be nice to paint those. I'm going to come back to that when I feel more sort of in the swing of things. Because right now, I feel like I would probably balls that up massively. I'm not at that level of comfort yet. Just capture these kind of files on each side here. Yeah. Okay. Right. So this is kind of where we're at. This guy. His beard looks terrible at the moment. Maybe I'm gonna do something with his beard before we go, because it is nearly. It's not time to go yet, and I don't know if I can leave it in a terrible state. I will probably finish this miniature off stream so that next Wednesday, I might do streams in between, but currently the plan is, with everything else going on, Wednesday night workshop is the stream, right? So this stuff will happen every Wednesday. Now, if I only paint a miniature every Wednesday, it's 4 weeks until I get these 4 done. So I will try and do it off stream. Just so I need to deal with some clowns. No worries, mate. So I'll try and do some of this stuff off stream, so that at least every week we're doing a new miniature. I think that'd be more interesting and more fun to do. 5 down, 3 to go. Good job, Jim. 2, yeah. Need a mid-tone in between these 2 colors. I'm guessing someone who's very worried about it for some reason. Oh, my music's ended. I've just noticed that. I don't know if was the music? Could you hear the music, guys? Was it actually audible to you? Oh, good. You could hear it. That's all right. That's cool then. I didn't know how loud it was or whether it was intrusive or not. Yeah, so we're gonna get some flecks into his beard and his hair. So he's got this kind of like bright, orangey, fiery beard and hair. Yeah, I only meant it as like some sort of background noise, basically, for those moments when I go quiet. But yeah, look, this is where we are. We started with an unpainted miniature. We've kind of got him at that stage where really now I'm going into the highlight phases and the tweaking things here and there. Clearly, the big things to focus on really are beard, the hair, actually everything needs attention. All the highlight needs to be done on the bag, the clothes. We've done a bit on the trousers. We need to decide what we're doing with this apron. Do I use that like a gold or something to do all of this kind of stitching, or do I pick another color to do that? Yeah, this one's, I want him to look quite white, like quite wacky, so I don't mind doing quite a lot of crazy colors on him, so he's quite vibrant and quite wacky, but we'll see. I quite like the white shirts worked. I quite like him in his, and let me get a bit closer, quite like him with his white shirt on, which we can highlight up. This camera does not want to keep focus. Yeah, so we'll come back to him and we'll finish off. We've got shoes to do, all the rest of it. But look, what would people prefer? Would people prefer that I do a miniature from start to finish? So even next week we come back to this miniature and we finish. Do you want to see the finished project, or are you happy that we start a new miniature each week and we just get to where we get to, and then I finish the miniature in my own time? So for the bases, I have they're all based the same. So they're all based in these kind of like earthy bases. So these kind of like magical flowers, because the point of the game of Moonstone is Moonstone falls from the sky, it infuses into the ground, and then your whimsical characters are going off to collect the Moonstone. But it has an effect on, in my view, it has an effect on the grass. So your green grasses, your flowers all become this kind of pink and blue type stuff. So yeah, but it's just a woodland mix. It's just some ground paste and then bits of chip and stuff in there and things like that. So yeah, but that's a big old troll, and that's Doug the Flatulent, this guy's called. But as you can see, anyone who remembers Love the Pug, yeah, so yeah, his name's Doug the Flatulent. I love his eyes. Look, he's got very staring into your soul eyes. But if you remember Labyrinth, then you'll see how this is inspired by that movie. Yeah, I think that might be right, too. If I get a chance, I will finish them up. But I think it's nice to start something fresh. But it's also nice for some people to see the finished product. But yeah, and there's loads. I mean, I could show you. In fact, there's videos on my YouTube channel of the entire Moonstone collection I have painted, which is about 30 odd miniatures now. So and they're all very unique in themselves. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I think we're going to call it a night. Let me change position for a sec, and we can. Oh, that camera's not set up, so I won't change position. I'll stay right here. We'll stay right here. Let me do some things to wrap the night up. Let me first of all, because the right thing for me to do is over on Twitch, is to raid someone on Twitch, because Borak was very kind enough to raid me, and the only thing I should do is raid someone else. Now this is remembering. I actually remember how to do this, because I don't actually remember. I think I click here. Let's find someone to raid. Let's find someone in the Warhammer community to raid. Unless anyone on Twitch has got someone to raid. Let's not go for the classics, because the big people get enough love. Let's find someone who's maybe not one of the big people. Let's go to Moonhead John, because it's a cracking name. Let's go to Moonhead. Let's go to Moonhead John. Let's search for Moonhead. Come on, mouse. Pen, whatever you want to call it. Not gonna work for me now. Moonhead. There he is. So look, if you're over on Twitch, thank you very much for being with me tonight. Thanks for the raid, Borak. Thanks for the people that followed, Spider, Jace, and everyone else. I am gonna kick a raid off now, so you will disappear from the channel. But thank you very much for hanging out. It was really, really cool, and it's very nice to have my first painting stream back and get raided over on Twitch. So that was super nice thing to do. So enjoy going over to Moonhead John, give him a big hello, and I'll send you guys over there. Right, if you're over on YouTube, then again, thank you very much for hanging out this evening. That was very, very cool. Yeah, well, this pen is starting to tick me off. Anyway, yes, when you painting the massive Space Marine figure, yeah, well, maybe that's what we do as a kind of, maybe that is a sort of nice sort of thing to do when we've painted these 4 miniatures. So before we start another big project, I was thinking we could do a bust, or maybe we do the big Space Marine. So yeah, we could do that. That could be the thing we do. But anyway, everyone, thank you very much. I will hit the end stream thing. I'll put on some music unless you've now gone over to Moonhead John. So look, thanks guys, much appreciated, and yeah, I shall see you all real soon. All right, but yeah, here's all. Thanks very much. Do I remember what buttons to press? I think I do. See you later. Bye. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye.